Evening, everyone. It's 5:45, almost 5:50, and this is video number 498. And it's your closing comment. So, in case nobody told you, it's election day, and the market seems to think that the election is going to either be monstrously for Trump or monstrously for Biden. And I infer that from the action being up 554 and change, or 2%, in that the transition of power would be unencumbered. If it's close, Trump's going to fight with everything that he has to muddy the waters and go after Biden, and I kind of expect the same thing in the other direction. But as the market goes, you know, this falls into the I'd rather see a crowd of average Joes and Janes than lean on either the polls or the quote experts, since very often they're wrong. Anyway, so the market was up 554. It was up almost 700 during the day. The Nasdaq was up 202.96, or 1.85. So that's in line, as was the S&P, up 58.78, or 1.78. What was out of line were the two big winners, which were the Russell, up 45.70, or 2.91%, and the biggest winner by just a couple of hundredths of a percent were the transports, up 343.54, or 3.06. They came after all of them, including the little ones. The earnings stocks didn't actually do all that well. As I mentioned last night and then this morning, PayPal, which had closed in the $186 area, got as low as 174. And at the end of the day, it had come back a few dollars, but closed 179.81, and that was down 795, or 4.2%, even though they beat both top and bottom. And the same was the case for SWKS, also uh, beat both top and bottom line. It wasn't quite as bad. It was 138.80, down 332, or 2.3%. And Arista Networks, ANET, was a big winner, had both top and bottom line beats, as well as a very upbeat guidance. And that one closed 249.49, up 33.37, or 15.4%. So that was a pretty stout move. We had plenty of news today, and we had the factory orders up 1.1%, which was better than expected. X transportation was up 1.5, so a little bit better. And we have ISM services, ADP employment for last month, and the trade balance and mortgage applications all tomorrow. The chart on the screen is the dollar, and I'm really surprised about this because while it did run right into the 100-day MA and resistance right here from this little top, we came down pretty hard. I mean, we were down about 58 basis points, which is a half a dollar. And in the late trading that this does not reflect because it just reopened. It's down about a total of 75 cents. So that's pretty ugly. It is, however, sitting right here on the 20-day MA and above the tops of this little consolidation from the last week and a half. So maybe we'll see a bounce, maybe we won't. The reason that I said that I'm surprised about that is because when bonds go down, as they did today, about 3/4 of a point, 23/32 actually, usually higher interest rates tend to cause the dollar to rise, not fall. But fall it did, and fall these did. We are right back at this little double bottom here around 172, 171 and a half, matches this bottom from 5 months ago at the beginning of June. So we'll have to see. But this one, unlike the other, is all of the moving averages are turning down, and the price is already below them. I see a trend line here that doesn't look familiar, so I'll have to look and see. Okay, yeah, this is the weekly going back 3 years, and this trend line, which started back in November 5th of 2018, and has bounced off a number of times, including right here at the end of 2019, and comes through here right around 169 and change, almost 170. So, we may be bottoming here. I don't know. But I will say that interest rates going up does not really portend well for precious metals. But again, another divergence in that the gold and the silver were both up today and are coming off what may be a little bottom here. We've bounced back above the 100-day moving average. The 5-day MA, let's get a better look at that. The 5-day MA has been broken to the upside, and the 20-day is, also been broken to the upside. So while the 50-day MA comes through right here around, let's see, 50-day MA, 1922. Right now we're trading 1910. So, this may have put in a little bottom, and it's exactly the same as the silver. And the silver was also up and is up tonight again. And it looks pretty much like the gold, except that it never closed below that 100-day MA. It got below it. Here it might have closed below it. It was 23.35 and the moving average was 23.48. So, that's pretty close for government work. But the moving average here comes through at, let's see, 25.36, 25.35. Well, that's still a decent distance away. It's a full dollar away, and we are long the AGQ. So if we get a 1.5% move again tomorrow, a 1.25% move, we get a 2.5% move in the AGQ. All right, everyone. I hope I've covered everything that you need to hear. The BABA issue is pretty clear. Jack Ma, the founder of BABA, said something that the folks in Beijing didn't like, and so they canceled the Ant registration statement for listing in Shanghai and Hong Kong. And so BABA, which owns a third of the company, was down today pretty hard. Anyway, not down as far as it was this morning, but still down a decent amount. I think it closed around the high 280s after being down to 270 and something. All right, folks, that's about it. I'll be back first thing in the morning, and maybe we'll actually see what gets done with the vote tonight.